Good day and welcome back to another DBZ Dokkan Metal video. In this video we're going to be taking a look at, well, basically the Extreme Z battle for the Super Saiyan Goku GT and the Super Saiyan Vegeta GT, and how you can hopefully beat it. Now, the effective category here is Power Absorption. Later on we'll add in extreme characters, so they'll need to be extreme, although there's not a lot of super alternatives. In terms of the way the Extreme Z battle works, it's a Destined Rivals, so eventually you'll be facing both the Goku and Vegeta at the same time, from floor 20 onwards. In terms of building your team, you have three options really for a lead. You have the Tech Buhan, the AGL Cell First Form, and the Physical Buu Tanks. I actually only have one of these, being the Physical Buu Tanks. You could build a sub-team out of the Int Majin Buu Good, the Extreme Int Majin Buu Good, if you wanted to, because he leads the Majin Buu Saga category, as well as the Storied Figures category and the Sworn Enemies category. So he is a good alternative. Other alternative teams would be like an Android Cell Saga / Android team, although I wouldn't really suggest this because your access to top class units there is a bit limited. There are still some viable teams there. I mean, you got Super 17 LR, Super 17 EZA, AGL, Super 17 Hellfighter 17, First Form Cell, Perfect Cell. Like, you could still run that team. It's just not going to run as nicely as a Buu team, and it's probably going to start struggling near the end, or at least in consistency. So for all intents and purposes, I would probably suggest running a Buu variant of the team. Just works the best from a linking perspective. Unfortunately, Android 21, at least the good versions, are not going to work too well here, even though she leads Majin Power as a category. Mainly because she is super class, so she eventually drops off quite substantially in terms of performance and damage, just due to the fact that she is super class, so she won't meet the full requirements of the Extreme Z battle later on. For the team that I'll be running here, I'll be running double physical LR Buhans, I'll be running a Tech Buu Good, I'll be running the Strength Buu Good, I'll be running a Int Buhan Super EZA because of his immense damage, and a Strength Super Buu also because of his immense damage. Really solid alternatives that exist are Bukalo, Tech, Buhan. Of course, if you have him, he would be the preferential lead. The Int Buu Good, which I do have, I've just decided not to use to just show up some units. You can also use the physical 50% time support Super Buu, and if you don't have a LR Buu tanks, you can use the physical Buu tanks. Unfortunately, no Kid Buus exist on this team, so unfortunately you cannot use them. Rotations would be pretty simple. A LR Buu tanks on either side. You will then have the Tech Buu Good on the one side, and then the Int Buhan on the other. That's about it. You'll float the Strength Super Buu, you will float the Tech Mr. Buu, who won't take damage but just won't do damage because he's super class, and then you'll be pretty much good to go. The Strength Buu, the Strength Good Buu, Fat Buu, is actually pretty useful for the multiple enemies phase, provided you get enough orbs, because he actually does an AoE super that can do some pretty decent damage when critting. So if you manage to spawn a lot of strength orbs, hit him up with all of those orbs, let him do some really good damage, and he should tank more than fine with a lot of strength orbs. He won't be able to without a lot of strength orbs, but with a lot of strength orbs he'll be able to do a lot of damage and get a lot of work done. But generally I just floated him until such time that I had the right conditions to use him. The Extreme Z Awakening for these units, the Goku and Vegeta, looks pretty good. It's always difficult to measure how good orb changing units are going to be without utilizing them in practice, because they got so much that's locked behind, like their orbs. So for that purpose, probably going to have to just wait a bit to get a really good look at them and see just how well they do. I think they are what was needed for Giant Ape Power. Whether they are fundamentally like going to be the solution to making that team absolutely runnable, I don't know. I think I would have liked them to have some kind of support, as you're probably going to float them. But beyond that, I mean, we'll just have to see. Yeah, we'll just have to see what happens. Overall, I do think they're good. I'm excited to see just how good, and yeah, pretty much take it from there. So that's it for me. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, leave a like. If you need any more help with team building, leave a comment, and I will get back to you as soon as possible. But that's it from me. Bye.